I'm Rajni Bhatt, your social science teacher from Ardent Progressive School. Students, today we are going to start our new chapter, which is our second chapter, that is Federalism. In our previous chapter, Power Sharing, there also beta, slightly I gave you the definition of Federalism along with the different levels of government beta, which is the accurate meaning of Federalism. So in today's session, the different subtopics which we have to discuss are meaning of Federalism. Under this subtopic, students, we will come to know about the definition of Federalism. What is Federalism? We will discuss about this. Now, second subtopic is key features of Federalism. Under this subtopic, students, we will discuss about the different characteristics or key features of Federalism. What are the different identifications? Okay? What are the different points by which we can understand that yes, Federalism is going on in a perfect way in our country, India, under democracy. So let's start with our first subtopic, that is meaning of Federalism. Students, Federalism can be understood in brief with the help of these words: distribution of power. Okay, Federalism means distribution of power. And in our country, India, under democracy, how this power is going to be distributed? This power is going to be distributed in 3 levels of government beta. And this is the appropriate meaning of Federalism. Now, the 3 levels of government by distribution of power is called Federalism. So, with the help of this statement beta, we can give the definition of Federalism nicely. Federalism means the distribution of power among different levels of government. Okay? Now, second is, what are these 3 levels of government? These 3 levels of government are central government, state government and local government. Central government takes care of the whole country, such as framing rules and regulations for all the people of the country, to launch different policies and schemes for all the people equally. Second is state government. State government takes care of individual state. State government has the responsibility to take care of an individual state in the same way, like framing rules and regulations, launching schemes and policies, taking care of the people regarding providing them public facilities and all. Now last comes local government. Local government is the 3rd level of government. Students, when we had offline classes in classroom, I told you, I explained you about local government. Earlier, before 1993, we had only 2 levels of government: central government and state government. Later on, what happened, students? As right now also we have so many vast states. Vast means very big. So at that time also, the vast states like Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Rajasthan, UP means Uttar Pradesh, these states started facing problems to tackle all the issues alone. So later on, these states discussed about their problem to central government and they requested to give a proper solution for that. And in 1993 beta, a kind of solution came in front of all the people of the country India in the form of 3rd level of government, that is local government. So from 1993 we started enjoying the 3rd level of government, that is local government. So in another way, how can we say or how can we define the local government? Local government is the 3rd level of government which helps each and every state government to reduce its burden beta. And really local government in different states works perfectly. So in this way, the distribution of power under Federalism can be done in the form of 3 levels of government beta. This you have to keep in your mind every time. Federalism means distribution of power among the 3 levels of government: central, state and at last local government beta. Now next is local government has also 2 divisions to work in a proper way in our country India beta. In offline classes, I told you about that also. So local government has two divisions. First is Panchayati Raj and second is Municipal Corporation beta. Panchayati Raj has its own limits and power. On the contrary, Municipal Corporation also enjoys its power by following limits also. Okay, now we have to know about the area where these two divisions work as local government. This is very necessary for all to understand how these two divisions work as local government to reduce the burden of state government. So let's start with Panchayati Raj beta. Panchayati Raj works in villages, interiors or backward areas beta. Please pay attention here. Panchayati Raj, this division of local government we have to work for villages, interiors or backward areas beta. On the other hand, when we talk about municipal corporation beta, so municipal corporation works for towns and cities. In our own city Haldwani also we have municipal corporation. In Hindi we used to say Nagar Palika. So both divisions have similar responsibilities beta. In brief, right now I am telling you so that you can understand easily what are the different responsibilities of these two divisions as local government. Panchayati Raj used to listen the issues, the problems of villagers beta. It used to conduct frequently different meetings where the Gram Sabha members under the guidance of Sarpanch or Pradhan with 5 ward members sit together, discuss their issues and try to get solution. Then the fund which comes for Panchayat for the implementation of different policies and schemes for the villagers, that fund, how this fund is going to be utilized, this record also can be kept by Panchayat. Okay beta? Then for Panchayati Raj, we have the facility of secretary also. I told all these things in offline classes also beta. So might be at this time you can remember all these things beta. And it will be too easy for you to understand now. So for Panchayat Raj, we have secretary also. And this secretary is a government person beta. Secretary is always appointed by government. And secretary has also so many responsibilities beta. Secretary used to keep the record of different meetings of Gram Sabha. Secretary has to keep the record of different issues which can be discussed by the Gram Sabha members, Sarpanch and 5 ward members. Secretary has the responsibility to keep record of the fund, how that fund is going to be used. Secretary has the responsibility to keep on an eye that all the policies and schemes are going to be implemented properly or not in the villages. Now let's move to municipal corporation beta. Municipal corporation has also so many responsibilities towards the people of towns and cities. Municipal corporation used to provide public facilities to the people like supply of water, supply of electricity. Municipal corporation used to take care of cleanliness of towns and cities beta. You have also seen different trash bins or dustbins in public places. Have you seen? Yes. Okay, this is a fact beta. In our own city also, we can see different trash bins or dustbins, okay, which are kept in different areas to keep those areas clean. Okay, beta. Now let's move to the second subtopic, beta. Key features of federalism. Here we have to discuss about the characteristics or key features or different identities by which we can understand that federalism is going to be followed by country India perfectly. Now first point is different tiers of government: legislature, executive and judiciary. Yes beta. This we discussed in our previous chapter power sharing also beta, where we discussed about the types of power sharing. First, okay, it was mentioned first type of federalism or power sharing okay, where we discussed about the different organs of government. Okay. Excuse me. So here also we have to discuss these three organs of government or tiers of government as the key feature of federalism beta. And these tiers of government are, or three organs of government are, legislature, executive and judiciary. Legislature has the responsibility to frame rules and regulations for the whole country. Please again beta, you have to listen carefully to understand this first point nicely beta. Legislature has the responsibility to frame rules and regulations properly for all the people of the country. Now executive has the responsibility to do the implementation of those rules and regulations which are framed by legislature. See the difference between the work of legislature and executive beta. Legislature used to frame rules and regulations and executive used to do the implementation of those rules and regulations beta. Okay. Now third, which is the most important tier of the government, okay, or we can say which is the most important organ of the government, that is judiciary. Judiciary means the kind of facility of courts really we have at different levels. Okay, we have different courts at different levels like district courts, high courts at state level, and finally we have the highest court for our country, that is Supreme Court. Okay, so judiciary has the greatest responsibility beta, that is to provide impartial justice to all the people of the country equally. This you have to keep in your mind properly beta. Judiciary used to provide impartial justice to all the people of the country equally. Okay, so in this way, this is the first key feature of federalism. Okay, here also you can understand how power is going to be distributed among these three organs also beta. Legislature has the power to frame rules and regulations. Executive has the power to do the implementation of those rules and regulations. And see, judiciary has the power to provide impartial justice to all the people equally. Now a very important point I am going to add here beta, listen carefully. Judiciary has right to interfere in the work of legislature and executive. How rules and regulations are going to be framed and how these rules and regulations are going to be implemented. Okay, so judiciary can interfere there. If any rule and regulation is not favorable for the common people, so judiciary can do amendment there. Amendment means to bring changes, improvement. Okay, but see, legislature and executive do not have a single right to interfere in the work of judiciary beta. See, this is called power. Judiciary can interfere in the work of legislature and executive, but legislature and executive do not have a single right to interfere in the work of judiciary. Why? Now I am going to tell you beta. Because judiciary has the greatest responsibility beta to provide impartial justice to common people. And if legislature or executive will get the chance to interfere in the work of judiciary, so we cannot imagine for impartial justice. Yes beta. Sometimes it can be happen that legislature and executive can try to make a pressure over judiciary to provide partial justice. Yes beta, this situation can come easily. So for avoiding these kind of circumstances, judiciary is totally separated from legislature and executive beta, and it proves the significance of the power sharing. Let's move to second key feature, that is their limitations and power are mentioned in Constitution beta. Yes, whatever I told you right now regarding legislature, executive and judiciary beta, okay, and their limits and powers, okay. So all these things are mentioned in Constitution, okay. There is a kind of guarantee from the side of Constitution that really this is the limit of legislature, executive or judiciary, or this is the power of legislature, executive or judiciary. Okay. Now next point is beta, No single level of government can bring change in constitution. See, this is also one of the greatest key features of federalism beta. As I told you, we have three levels of government: state, central, state and local. So, a single level of government cannot bring a single change in our constitution beta. Although our constitution is a flexible constitution where we can do changes according to the need, yet it's not a easy task beta. It's not an easy task. Okay? It's a very difficult task, not an easy task. Why? Because for doing any kind of amendment in constitution beta, there is a kind of approval of all the levels of government beta. Whoever members are there in different levels of government, okay, their approval will be must to do any kind of change in constitution. Now see, this is called power sharing. Not a single level of government can try to bring a single change in constitution. This is called the significance of power distribution. Now let's move to next point. Judiciary has to supervise the work of all levels and organs of government. Already I told you beta. Okay, it again is going to be repeated here. Okay, that judiciary has the greatest responsibility of doing supervision of the work of different levels of government as well as different organs of government. Levels of government are central government, state government and local government, and organs of government are legislature, executive and judiciary. So judiciary has the responsibility to look after the working process of all these institutions beta. Now students, our next subtopic is dual objective of federalism. In this subtopic beta, we have to discuss about the objectives of federalism, where we have to discuss about the two objectives of federalism. If we follow federalism in our country India, so what are the mottos? Okay, what are the objectives to follow federalism? So this we have to discuss here beta. So let's start with our first point as objective of federalism. Federalism used to protect the equality and liberty of the individuals beta. If we have federalism in our country India, so really it protects the unity and liberty of an individual. Okay, how? Let me tell you. Under federalism, as we have come to know that we have different levels of government. So for these different levels of government, like central government, state government and local government beta, different people come from different communities, castes, with different religion, language, and just like a team they work together beta, and it enhances the sense of equality and liberty properly. Each one used to understand how to give respect to others' equality, others' liberty in a perfect way beta, and really it helps to run the country in a very systematic way with the help of government. So in this way, equality and liberty of all the people can be protected. Each and every person, whoever has interest to be the part of politics, can freely join there by following the legal process, that is election. No one can make others stop to be the part of politics beta if that person has interest. Okay, so here we can give respect to the liberty of that person to fulfill his or her wish by becoming the part of government. Next objective is beta, federalism used to maintain unity in diversity with mutual trust and agreement to work together, live together. Really beta. Again, this objective is a little bit similar to the first objective. Okay. Federalism always used to represent unity in diversity beta. How? In first point I already discussed with you, different people from different communities, different caste, okay, they used to become the part of politics after becoming the members of different levels of government, and then with the sense of collaboration, fraternity, they start working as a team beta. At that time, they never bother about their religion, their language, their caste, their creed, their tradition, their culture. At that time, they feel oneness. They feel unity, that they have to work for all the people equally. They are Indians. So, in this way, they understand nicely how to respect the different diversities of each other. And they sometimes start adopting these diversities. Excuse me. Sometimes they start accepting, okay, all these diversities to involve, to include them in their own lifestyle. And really, it is a matter to feel proud beta. Now, next subtopic is types of federalism beta. This is very important beta, types of federalism. Okay, now first is coming together federalism beta. This is very important to understand these types of federalism with difference. So coming together federalism, under this what happens beta? Different individual states or territories, we can say, or countries come together to form the biggest unit. Okay, after being merged with each other, okay, then finally a big unit can be formed. This process is called federalism, and under this coming together federalism beta, each and every individual state or country has its own power, equal power. Okay, now let's move to the second type of power, holding together federalism beta. As under coming together federalism, we understood that under this different countries or different states come together to form the biggest unit, okay, just like USA, okay, then Switzerland, Australia. So in the same way, we have another type of federalism, that is holding together federalism beta. Now under this what happens? In a country, see beta, see the difference between coming together federalism and holding together federalism. Under holding together federalism, in a country, different states can have the right to work systematically with equality and unity. See beta, again I am repeating for you so that you can understand nicely. Under holding together federalism, in a country, different states can have the right to work together in a proper system with unity and equality. Okay, now we have different examples also. Country India is the best example for that beta. Okay, now next is Belgium. Another one is Spain. So these are the countries which are the example of holding together federalism, where different states are there in the country, okay, and all the states have their own power, limitations, okay, to work in a very systematic way. So in today's session, students, we discussed about the definition of federalism, we discussed about the meaning of federalism, okay. In brief, again I can tell you beta, the meaning of federalism is the distribution of power among the different levels of government. And we have three levels of government: central government, state government and local government. State government used to take care of the whole country. Central government used to take care of the whole country. State government used to take care of an individual state. Then at last local government comes beta. Local government used to work for reduction of the burden of state government in the form of two divisions, Panchayati Raj and Municipal Corporation beta. Panchayati Raj used to work for villages, rural areas or backward areas. On the contrary, Municipal Corporation used to work for different towns and cities beta. Okay, how? By providing them public facilities, by listening their issues, by giving them solutions and all. Okay, after that beta, we came to know about the different key features of federalism. Okay, 3 organs of government: legislature, executive, judiciary, and all these have their own powers and limitations. Okay, then in constitution, their powers and limitations are mentioned. Not a single level of government can bring any kind of change in constitution. Okay, then judiciary has the power to do the supervision of the working process of these organs of the government as well as the levels of the government. Okay, beta. Then all these levels of government have their own power for extraction revenue. Okay, to enhance their fund and all. This is also a kind of key feature of federalism. Then we came to know about the objectives of federalism right now. Okay, what are the objectives of federalism? To give the protection to the unity and liberty and equality. We can include equality also beta here. Okay, of all the individuals equally. Okay, federalism used to protect the unity, equality and liberty of all the individuals equally, properly. And second objective, federalism used to maintain unity in diversity in a proper way. Okay, with mutual trust, agreement that yes, we have to live together by opting, by accepting, okay, all the diversities happily, and really we the Indians are following all these things in a perfect way beta. That's why, okay, country India has become the best example for unity in diversity beta. Okay, and then at last we came to know about the types of federalism beta. Okay, first is coming together federalism, where we understand that under this coming together federalism, different states, individual states or countries come together to form a big unit, just like USA, okay, Switzerland, okay, or Australia. Now, second is beta, holding together federalism, where what happens in a country, this is mandatory to include in your answer beta. In a country, different states can have the right to work systematically with unity and equality beta. That's all for today's session, students. In our next session, we will meet again with new topics. Okay, till then, take care. Have a nice day.